morning. It's a little after 6 a.m. here in Beijing. This is the day that we'll be going to the Great Wall of China, the section that starts with the M, whatever that's called. And our pickup time is 6:50, but first we gotta stop and get some breakfast. And we're walking along the alleys. We just left our hotel. It should be about a 20-minute walk to the meetup spot. We landed in Beijing pretty late in the evening, but it only cost us about $10 for an hour ride to the city center of Beijing. It was really nice to just look out the window and see the city as we rode to our hotel. We're staying in what they call a hutong. Our hotel is located in what they call a hutong, which is a small alleyway kind of situation. You can see very crowded, bikes, people, cars, really tight spaces. The hotel is really nice. It's a small boutique hotel called the Orchid, and we really love staying here. We were greeted by the hotel cat and some hot tea. Now back to the Great Wall. We booked this tour on Klook.com. There was a little review that we saw that we liked, and we decided to go with this company. It's going to be a 2-hour bus ride to the Great Wall, and then I think it's a guided tour once we get there. Looking at the streets and the sound of everything, you wouldn't believe that it's actually 6 a.m. on a Monday morning. But the streets are so quiet because most shops don't open until about 10 o'clock. So there's no reason for people to be out. The day starts much later than you would expect. And then the shops still close at around 9, 10, some of them 11 if you get lucky, but most of them I've seen are 8 or 9 o'clock. And this is what our walk to the bus stop looked like. A bunch of small shops, and then as we were standing there waiting for the bus, a lot of people were turning to look at us.
Stairs are starting to come in, that was daytime. We must not be able to see it good.
Winter Lawson's got a baked beef bun. So good. It's beef, the little noodles, and then I see some vegetables in here. It's cold. I thought it was going to be heated up because it was under one of those hot lamps, but nonetheless, if this were warm, this would be a 10 out of 10. But because it's cold, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Other observations I made while waiting. I see people on delivery bikes on the Mutianyu app. I see the logo on their bikes. But for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to get that stuff delivered. Every time I do it, I always do it on the mini app on Alipay. I never see the order option or the deliver option or something like that. We made it onto the bus and it was about an 1.5-hour ride, and we just got to look out the window and see all the highways of China and listen to the tour guide tell us the history of the Great Wall. We have officially made it to the Great Wall after about an 1.5-hour drive, all on the interstate where sometimes we were going 30 miles per hour. And then we went to like this smaller town on these highways, and we could see all the views of the mountains. It's a little loud, but it's really fun. Very exciting to be here. We're with our tour guide, and right now we're just taking a restroom break. There's a million people here. And apparently a fun fact about the wall is that most people come here on Mondays because the other attractions, Forbidden City, Drum Tower, Tiananmen Square, they're all closed on Mondays for whatever reason. So that's why there's an influx of people that come to the Great Wall on Mondays. Look at that! How cute! Please behave in an orderly manner. Thank you for your Pizza Hut and Burger King at the Great Wall of China. So before you actually get to the Great Wall of China, you're gonna pass through all of these shops and food places. This is at the beginning. Then you'll make your way to line up for the buses that will take you to the ski lift that can get you up to the wall. And remember, you'll have to keep your passport on you at all times because we did have to scan our passport a couple times before we made it to the top of the wall. So after walking through the main gate through a long little small road of all these shops and souvenirs and restaurants, we have made it, and we had to scan our passports, and we're now on a shuttle bus that will take us up the mountain. Here's the bus. I imagine this will be a 10-15 minute ride perhaps. I was right. It did take us about 10 minutes to get to the next section of the park. Once we got to that park, our tour guide was giving us instructions on how we'll use our tickets in order to get up on the ski lift and finally be at the Great Wall. I'm not gonna lie, this part was a little bit overwhelming because it was so loud, so noisy, so many groups trying to do the same thing all at the same time. A little bit overwhelming. She's yapping, whatever machine this is. We got our tour guide hollering directions. I think we're supposed to be right here. The toboggan cableway, that's us. So you need this paper ticket and your passport. Up, up, and away. Now we ride up to the top of the mountain, or the wall. We are officially at the Great Wall of China. I don't know what this is, this little tunnel that we're in, but it's really cool to be here. This is a world wonder. Look at that. So, one thing I will say is that our tour guide gave us a wonderful history lesson on the wall, its history, its construction, all the great things that we need to know. However, I did not put my listening ears on. I don't know what she said. She said something about the Ming Dynasty 2,000 years ago. And that's about all I heard. So, with all that being said, hopefully there is a pamphlet or something in the gift shop so I can read more about it, because I feel like this stuff is pretty important to know. We did the easy version, I think. I chose this side of the wall because there was a slide down. I saw Beyonce do it in one of her documentaries, so I'm like, yeah, that looks fun, I want to slide down too. What I didn't know is this is one of the easy level parts of the Great Wall. I came here expecting to be a little bit more challenged, have a little bit more, demonstrate a little bit more endurance, that sort of thing, hence the athleisure today, but it's not that type of party. This is one of the easier hikes, which, I mean, it could be worse. This is the easier level of the park. Make no mistake, it is really difficult in the sense that each step is a little unpredictable. These steps are not consistent, and that's what'll get you, that's what'll trip you up. Be careful. As you're walking along the Great Wall, there's a certain section where you'll climb up this ladder and you'll be more on the top level of the wall. And then there's this wall with a little sheet where you can write your name, which is so exciting because that means for the rest of forever, my name is sitting there on the Great Wall. There's a certain section of the Great Wall. We went up to, I call it the upper deck, but we're much higher than we were last time. We walked up some ladder, I signed my name, and now we're here and it's all like a little, it's flat. I was gonna call it a ramp, but that's not true. It's flat now. And I appreciate that. I needed that little reprieve because I had the nerve to sit up here talking about, oh, this is the easy section. It's not gonna be too hard. I wish it was more challenging. I have been challenged enough. That was a little tricky. Those steps were steep and coming down was just as hard as going up. So that is a lesson. Just don't talk about it, just be about it. Like, I don't know what I was talking about. Like, girl, shut up. At this point, I feel a lot better, but when I first finished all of that stuff, I was feeling like I needed an inhaler, a body massage, stat. Despite being humbled by the Great Wall, I was still able to get some really nice photos, and I was able to stop by the food stand and get a little sweet treat for my troubles. This is just a much more pleasant side of the wall. Like, even those steps are not that steep, and it's still flat right here. Yes. And it turns out, so we had our tickets to go slide down the wall, but apparently it gets really, really crowded in the afternoon because the line is wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. When we first got here, it was so empty, which means we probably won't get to go as fast as we want to go, but nonetheless. It's now 5:30. We just got off our tour bus. We had buses scheduled at 3 o'clock, 3:30, and 4:30. We got on our bus at 3:25 and we pulled off right at 3:54. So good luck to everybody else. Now we're in the middle of the city center. They didn't drop us off at our pickup point. They dropped us off in the middle of the city. I think this is Feng Street, something like that he said. But we're near a big mall. And I'm excited to do some shopping. I also want to take a quick moment to talk about the crosswalk situation because you have to be mindful of all the bikes and scooters. Look at how this man almost ran these people over. I've seen stuff like that happen a lot in the short time that I've been here already. But moving on, I was really excited to get to shopping. The shopping center was really nice, and you can't tell from the video, but this was an extremely hot, humid 90-degree day. The weather outside felt atrocious, but it looks beautiful though. Inside the mall, there were about 6 floors of shops everywhere selling anything you can think of. The malls are not dead here in China. The first store we went to was a tech store called Huawei, where I fell in love with this flip phone. But they also sell cars in there, and this was a really nice one. It had all these fancy features in it. I wouldn't mind riding around in this car. After playing around and looking at all the cars and phones, we decided it was time to get something to eat. So I just ordered shredded pork noodles, but they were sold out for the day of all the pork noodles. So I had to get the scallion oil noodles or something like that. That's my first time ever having this. No one here speaks English, which is fine, but it took me a long time to take pictures of the menu and translate it and then tell them what I want. I would circle it and point to pictures, so we'll see what comes out. The noodles are good. Now what is this mystery meat? I don't know what that is. It might still be pork, just not shredded. It's good though. It's a sauce I'm not familiar with at all. It's good. I didn't even ever so slightly tangy, but not really. And I don't even know what kind of noodles these are. I've never had these before. We ate some pretty good food, and we just left the mall now, and it's a bunch of things happening. So many people dancing and rehearsing. Now we just called a Didi back to our hotel. And look at how quiet the streets are. 8 o'clock at night, Monday night. I think I'm in the mood for a sweet treat. Maybe just something, a sweet drink perhaps, a little tea, a sugary tea. I don't know. So we settled and decided to use the complimentary tea the hotel gave us when we checked in the other night. And I think it's pretty obvious from the clips that we're not tea people for real. We don't really know what we're doing, but we had fun experimenting regardless. The tea was a blend of black tea with a slight pear taste to it. It was really delicious. I wish we had more honey or sugar to put in it, but it was pretty good. And on that note, that's a wrap on our first day in China. I'll see you guys on the next video.